Hey everyone, Mr. Pat here, and we're going to be playing a really exciting game today. So on top of having a really fun time with this game, we're also going to be learning a lot about hot and cold deserts and the plant adaptations that all these plants in hot deserts have in order for them to survive some of the harshest conditions on the planet. So like always, everyone come gather up, put in your EcoSpaces thinking cap because we are ready to dive right in and have some fun. So when I say the word desert, what comes to mind? Shout out anything that pops up in your brain. I'm hearing hot, hearing sandy, camels. I just heard a lot of people say cactus, and those are all great answers. And plants and animals that live in the desert can withstand all these crazy temperatures that come from living there. And when humans like us, when we get thirsty, we drink water to replace all that water we sweat out from the heat. Now, plants in hot deserts basically do the same thing, and they have a whole bunch of ways where they hold as much water for as long as possible. So let's go over some definitions. If you look right there, we could see a desert. Now, a desert is essentially an area of landscape that receives little to no precipitation at all. Now, this also means that places like Antarctica are also considered deserts. And actually, Antarctica is considered the world's largest desert. And these types of deserts in the North and South Poles are considered cold deserts. Now, cold deserts do not have a high sun, but their precipitation is snow and ice. And hot deserts are defined as having a high sun and their precipitation is rain. And the world's largest hot desert is in the Sahara Desert. These plants that live in these hot deserts have special modifications that allow them to thrive in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. And these special modifications are called adaptations. And those are essentially changes that an organism makes so they're better suited for their environment. Now let's take a look at what we learned last time with the 6 basic plant parts. So here is my diagram, and we'll start at the bottom with the roots or rhizomes. Now this is what's going to absorb all the water and nutrients from the soil. Now the stem or the dial is going to be the transportation system for all these waters and nutrients, and it's going to be getting it throughout the whole entire plant. Next, we'll talk about the leaves or the hojas. Now these are important for photosynthesis, and these will essentially provide food for the plant. Next, we got the fruit or fruit dust, which are that product that a lot of plants produce that we really love to eat. And last but not least, we got the flowers at top, or the flora, which are super beneficial for attracting pollinators like bees, hummingbirds, and butterflies. Now, let's get into some of the plant adaptations that a lot of these desert plants have in order to survive. And we'll start off with the taproot. Now, taproot allows a tree to access water deep underground. Next, some plants will have a waxy coating on the leaves that protect from water loss by sealing in that water. Some cacti you might see around have spines or fuzz that act like a sunscreen, protecting the plant's exterior from the sun. Some other plants will have ridges or pleats. Now this allows the plant to expand and hold water, and also keeps one side of the ridge shady. Other plants will have leaflets. Now leaflets allow the plant to lose heat efficiently through surface area, essentially decreasing water loss. Other plants will have shallow roots, and this allows a plant to take advantage of even the smallest amount of water in the ground. Now, drought deciduous plants can lose their leaves, so they need less water to survive, which is another great adaptation. And a lot of desert plants that you will see can store water inside, allowing them to survive as long as possible. And a lot of plants are shaped like funnels where the water goes to the center, and this directs the water so it can be absorbed by the roots. And now let's have some fun and play our desert match game. Now this game is super cool because I'm just going to read descriptions of 8 plants and provide the pictures on the screen, and everyone at home is just going to have to yell and guess as loud as you can which one you think I'm talking about. So let's get started, but first we need these plants up, so let me just change that real quick. Perfect. Alright, let's get right into it now. So the Baja Fairy Duster. I have my leaves divided into leaflets that allow me to lose heat efficiently through surface area, decreasing water loss. I also make the most beautiful red flowers. Red flowers. Does anyone see red flowers anywhere? I'm hearing a lot of people saying it's this corner right over there, and you are all correct. That is the Baja Fairy Duster plant. Moving on to the next one. Brittle bush. I'm a bush that has fuzzy, light-colored leaves that reflect sunlight. This helps reduce my leaf temperature and helps me conserve water. Now it's a bush, right? So does any of these look like bushes to you? Brittle bush, brittle bush. I heard a lot of people telling me to look up. Oh, that is 100% brittle bush. Everyone is doing so well right now. Moving on to the next one. Barrel cactus. I have ridges or pleats that allow me to expand to hold water, and they keep one side of the ridge shady. I may look like a ball though, but do not pick me up. Alright, so where is a ball that we would not want to pick up? It's also a plant that has those ridges or pleats that I mentioned in the beginning. I don't know about y'all, but this is looking like a barrel cactus. And would you look at that? It is a barrel cactus. I knew that looked like a ball. But remember, do not touch those. Those will hurt a lot. On to the next one. The jojoba. My leaves look like a forest of little green trees. They stand up straight, and this means that they have the largest surface area of my leaf, and they are facing the sun in the morning and late afternoon. Only the tips are facing the sun though, and that's during the hottest part of the day. The jojoba. Where is the jojoba? Leaves look like a forest, a little green. They stand up straight. They're large. What about this one right here? Yeah, that's the jojoba. Perfect. Everyone's doing so good. Agave. I have a rounded shape that looks like a big green flower. This shape helps capture rainwater and send it to my base. Agave. Now, I've heard agave before. Does anyone want to give it a guess? I heard someone whisper to this corner. Was I right? I heard you that time. They were almost positive it's this one in the right corner, and they are correct. That is the agave plant right there. Perfect. You guys are so smart. All right, now on to the prickly pear. I'm a cactus. I have no leaves, and my roots are shallow. My stems are shaped like pads that look like Mickey Mouse ears. They store water and have waxy skin to seal in that moisture. Now that has a lot of adaptations. But which one looks like a Mickey Mouse ear plant? Does any of these look like that? Look down. Oh, this plant? Looking like a prickly pear to me. Perfect. Everyone is doing amazing. I love it. We're having fun with this. This is supposed to be fun, so let's keep having some fun and go on to the Palo Verde. I'm a tree that with very small leaves that fall off quickly in dry times. Leaves lose water far more easily than bark, so my bark helps me survive in deserts. Also, my bark is green. So does anyone see a tree that has green bark? This is looking really green to me. And maybe that's why it's called Palo Verde, because verde in Spanish is green. Now, we're going on to the mesquite tree. I am a tree that has adapted to desert conditions by developing an extremely long root system called taproots. They draw water from deep underground, and my roots are considered the longest of any desert plant and have been recorded as long as 160 feet. Now, we basically went through every single one, so I'm almost positive this mesquite tree with these very, very long roots are gonna be this one right here. I mean, look at those roots. And like I mentioned, they grown up to like 160 feet. That is super, super long. Now that's it for these questions, but don't worry, we have a bonus round with 4 more plants. Are y'all ready for this? Come on now, we could be a little louder than that. Are y'all ready for this? That's what I thought. I know everyone wants to play some more. Add in these plants. Perfect. All right, let's get started. So, the Arcateo. I'm a drought deciduous plant, which means I can produce full-grown leaves within 3 days of summer rain. But they turn yellow and fall off after a couple weeks of dry weather, and my spines are all that are left. I also make spiky, orangey, red flowers. And that was a mouthful and a lot, but I know everyone here is super smart. So which direction should I go in? Because I'm having trouble here. Just tell me when to stop. I heard a lot of people tell me to stop right here, and they are all correct. Great job, everyone. That is the Arcateo plant. Next up is the saguaro plant. Now, most of my roots are rarely more than 4 inches deep. They radiate horizontally about as far as I am tall, and I can grow up to be 40 to 60 feet tall. I live to be 200 years old and store water through the dry season. Now, which one is that? Super tall plant? Are y'all feeling this top corner like I am? It's looking pretty tall to me. Y'all agree? Great, 'cause that is the right answer. Perfect. Now we got 2 more. All right. So, I'm a cactus where my leaves have been replaced with lots of white spines. They look like fur, but don't pet me because they will hurt you. My spines act like sunscreen, protecting my exterior surfaces from the sun. My name is a cholo cactus. The cholla cactus. Lots of white spines. I'm leaning heavily towards this one in the corner. Can I get some confirmation that y'all agree with me? Perfect. All right, so we're all gonna go with this one. Locked in our answer. And we are right. Amazing. Now we're on to our last one, which should be pretty simple, but let's just go right for it. I'm a cactus. I protect myself from the heat and water loss by storing large quantities of water in my pulpy flesh. I have waterproof skin, and I shade myself with my sharp spines. I also make big yellow flowers. Last one, so organ pipe cactus is probably this plant that looks like an organ pipe. Alright, amazing. So that is it for our desert plant match game. I hope everyone had a lot of fun playing the game, and I hope everyone learned a lot as well. And I'll see everyone next time at our next lesson. Till then, have a good one, everyone.